Hey there, I'm back from London and I had a few books in my bag. Yes, a little bit more than a few, but they were also cheap. Those are all used books or fairly cheap new books. I never paid more than £3 for a book and most of them were just £1. So I made a good deal on all these books. Most of them I didn't really know I was looking for. Some I was looking for that I didn't find. Some I came across where I was like, yes, that's a good chance to buy this book. I tried to sort them into different groups. The first group of books I bought because I heard other booktubers talk about them and wanted to read them. I came across this movie edition of Do Androids Dream of Electronic Cheap by Philip K. Dick, and I heard a lot of people talk about this book lately. I liked the yellow cover better that I saw quite a few have, but this was just £1, so I went for that. Also, I bought The Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. I've seen much better covers than this one, but this was just £1.50, so why resist buying that book? Quite some time ago, I heard a lot of people talking about The Art of Fielding by Chet Harback, and I really got intrigued, so I was happy when I saw this book. Also, I saw some videos about The Sisters Brothers recently by Patrick DeWitt, and I was intrigued. Also, I stocked up on some classics that I haven't read before, or some classic authors that I think you should have read. For one, there's William Faulkner, As I Lay Dying, and this is a really beautiful cover. I really like the vintage editions. I bought Chrome Yellow by Aldous Huxley, and also nice and beautiful vintage edition. Then I said I've always wanted to read something by Hunter S. Thompson, and I was glad when I came across Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Nice yellowish edition too. Can you see the crazy cover there? For some reason I've heard about Red Bradbury's Illustrated Man, I don't know where, but 2 or 3 very different locations. So I was really glad to see this, and it's a beautiful cover. Can you see the blue and the dragon? On the back there are the roses. And I also bought Dante's Inferno. I know I could read this in German, but for some reason every German translation I came across I really didn't like, and it was always €17. So when I saw this for just £5, and I don't think I really paid £5 for it, I was really happy. The next stack of books are books by authors I've read already and wanted to read more of. There's of course another Discworld novel. I found a good edition of Masquerade by Terry Pratchett, Something Happened by Joseph Keller, and I really like every time I read a Joseph Keller book, so I thought why not go for this. I've read 2 books by David Sedaris and I thought they were really funny, but I've never read the one he's most famous for, Naked. And I was really happy when I saw another book of Scarlett Thomas, Our Tragic Universe, and I really like the way her covers are done, and can you see? I have black edges again. I wanted to buy Heroes of the Valley by Jonathan Stroud for quite some time now, but it was always a little bit expensive. So £1, I just couldn't pass it up. Do you remember last time I was in London I came back with The Immorality Engine, and it turned out to be the 3rd book in a series. So this time I found The Affinity Bridge by George Mann, and this is the 1st book in the series of Hobbs and Newbury investigations. Just look at the cover, all the little details, can you see that? And on the back, all the way around here. It's a sort of steampunk detective series, and I really like the 3rd book, so I'm curious to read the 1st one. And of course I had some random buys where I picked up a book and I thought I liked the title, the cover, or just the first sentence. Yeah, let's look at those. Michael Frayn, The Trick of It. I read some of the first page, some in the middle, and I really liked the writing, and I thought it's a short book. It sounds interesting, it's just £1. Take it with you. And I also saw this beautiful vintage edition of Goodbye to Berlin by Christopher Isherwood. Oh, lighting. And it's red again here. And I thought this just looks really interesting. It's set in the 30s in Berlin and about different people who had to flee from the Nazis because they're either gay or artists or Jews or whatever. And it's a short read and I thought it looked really, really interesting. The Vesuvius Club by Mark Gaddis is a pure cover buy, and also every first page of a chapter is like a newspaper and there are illustrations. The Sly Company of People Who Care by Raoul Bhattacharya, yeah, that guy, looked really interesting, and it's about a guy who just leaves his life behind and starts something new. And I read you the first sentence. Life, as we know, is a living, shrinking affair, and somewhere down the line I became taken with the idea that man and his world should be renewed on a daily basis. I really liked this idea of renewing yourself on a daily basis. I just had to buy it. Look at this cover. Winterblood by Marcus Sedgwick. I've read some stuff by Marcus Sedgwick already, but this was clearly a cover buy, and it says up here, What would you sacrifice for someone you've loved forever? Intriguing, isn't it? And the last book contains 2 stories. It's Sinner's Insane by Tom Holt. Really like the cover, the little angel demon thing. Can you see it? And it contains the story Paint Your Dragon and Open Sesame. Paint Your Dragon. How awesome is that title? Just had to get it. There we go. I added another 21 books to my to-be-read pile. I should get reading. But I didn't buy only big books this time, and quite a lot I'm really excited about. Let me know if you've read any of the books and what you think of them, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.